A fast smoke from JW. I think there's, I think NBK is already on the windowsill of the B apps with Kenny, I'd say looking down, but he's just taking pot shots because he is, of course, smoked off. So we'll see how Envy responds to this.
I like this, actually. ENVYUS with a nice read here with 3 players there towards B, and you can see a little bit of movement now that a player spotted towards A from FNATIC, but ENVYUS still with players in position to defend this B bomb site. In comes the push now from FNATIC, and they're trying to bust their way in here, but the shots be connected so far by ENVYUS, slowing them down, but it is a 3 versus 3. KennyS able to get a quick headshot onto Crimson. FNATIC's life is very, very difficult. Olive trying to go for the save, but this time it's just Flusher who's left, and he is creeping in from the apps. They don't know where he is just yet, but they do have the bomb, and that's going to be really difficult for Flusher to collect.
Yeah, he can get himself 1 versus 1 though. He's just holding the angle, waiting for a CT to peek, making a read that nobody's on short. Oh, it's the timing though. I think he must have seen the corner of KennyS's head there. He's got 35 seconds. There's still a bit of time for him to get that 1 versus 1. He's going to want to get that before he jumps down, because then his position will be given away. There we go, tagging to KennyS. Now he needs to move really quickly before Kiyoshima gets himself in a position to guarantee the trade for the CTs. The double peek comes out and Envy will take the pistol round. So he saw that the fake coming in there from Flusher, who was over towards A rather than Dennis. He got the frag on the site, but there were so many players on the B site for Envy, and they just hadn't moved out of the site before FNATIC went for the push there.
It really did feel like ENVYUS had a pretty good idea that that round was very likely from FNATIC, having the 3 players there on B, or they were just very, very confident in the A retake play, which is also a very safe opener, and it's something, you know, I'd like to see, as it can be quite consistent. Now we have the Deagles out in force here, 4 Deagles for FNATIC. Who knows what can happen in a situation like this? They're looking for all the picks at the moment. So far, they're not able to find too much. ENVYUS quite aware what's going on. Great tags coming onto Olafmeister there. But I would be scared. I would be scared if I was ENVYUS, even though they had the weapon advantage. It's very scary with those Deagles long range.
Yeah, I think NBK will survive a meat shot from the Deagle, so he should still be in an advantageous position against 1 player. But Olafmeister is now moving away. FNATIC not showing all the cards just yet. You can see the bomb is left in a passive position in Palace, just in case there's a push from the CTs perhaps. But there we go. FNATIC actually have got a lot of map control, considering they're on a force buy only with pistols. You can see JW's made it all the way into connector, so the A split is actually quite possible here. And you can see they're not giving the game away. That extra time on the clock, Flusher walking through T-spawn at present, just making sure nobody's in an advanced position there, and then we'll see the push. Envy, though, we're going to have a bit of a triangle of doom here with KennyS towards the jungle area. 1 player on the site, that's Apex, and then you've got Kiyoshima here in CT.
Yeah, so just a lot of time being killed here by FNATIC. And I like that ENVYUS are forcing them to move, which is really good. They're not trying to go for any crazy pushes, staying in their setups, and finally we'll have that push from FNATIC. They've got to go for it, and now the SMGs can be put to work, but that said, the Deagles are definitely working out so far for FNATIC. Just 2 left on the ENVYUS side as they try to make their way back onto the A side, but there are FNATIC players lurking all over the place. JW is going to be there in the window, but somehow not able to find the kill onto Happy. Slightly unaware, it would seem. NBK now makes his way onto the site, and Happy's clearing a path through connector, so this could be very doable, but unfortunately for ENVYUS, NBK cannot get it done now, leaving everything in the hands of Happy. Crims is low, but this is going to be a difficult one. Nicely done. Takes down Flusher. Crims misses the shot, and Happy cleans house. 4 frags there for him, and enough time to get the defuse. That was a close one, though, and a lot of damage and a bomb plant. The pressure is definitely going to be kept on by FNATIC here with that round.
Yeah, it was very close. And for those of you who watch Olafmeister POVs, you'll see that he was on a short there, and he was just lurking, despite his teammate going down in CPL, doesn't want to give his position away. He's still just walking, but Happy knew that the flank was coming in there, and that was probably possibly the most important frag of the round, because if he doesn't get that one, then the round is over, and FNATIC make it 1-1. So and a very nice read from Happy to get the kill on Olafmeister, despite him not giving his position away with sound, etc. ENVYUS moving up to the rifles now, with NBK on the sniper. Of course, has become extremely notorious with the scouts.
This pressure is really unrelenting, and there you go. Olaf creeping through, gets the first frag. Trade was set up by FNATIC as well, and in comes more and more kills. Although a team kill from Crims onto Dennis will make some issue for FNATIC, making a bit of a meal of it, but they are okay. So the man ahead, they got the bomb site. Bomb is down. It's going to be down to NBK to get something out of this scout, to try to give Happy the distraction. He needs to get in there, but just a tag might be good enough for Happy. He is a great player after all, but this is very, very awkward. Moving in from the CPL area into jungle. First of all, he will find Flusher. As soon as Flusher finds that engagement, Crims and JW will turn their heads as well for a crossfire. So it's not going to be easy by any means. Looks like he's just going for damage here. And there you go. He's going to find the kill onto JW and get the hell out of there.
Looking for a bit more, perhaps. Flusher, is he going to be safe in this position? He's got 100 HP. Oh, it seems the hunt has begun for Happy. Still trying to leg it. He's got his gun out now. The flank is coming in. And he's just going to survive with 2 HP. So we'll see if he's able to use that gun in the next round. He's going to continue and buy back up with the nades, etc. So we'll see if the buy is coming out from the rest of the Envy team in a few seconds.
This is that really big kind of SMG clutch from Happy.
Yeah, you can see Olaf Meister just walking on short there. That was a very important kill for Happy.
Yeah, this was a really, really big moment. But that said, you know, it didn't seem to...
Definitely needs to go back into the game now. Right now. Back into the game.
There we go. We'll get all the kills. So jumping back in here, we can see the force buy from ENVYUS. They don't want to let FNATIC get an easy round here. Of course, ENVYUS will have to eco, and they'll have to give up the Ghost if they do lose this one, and they are at a disadvantage. But that said, Apex with an aggressive play up into the B apartments is going to win the frag, win the day against Flusher. And now ENVYUS know what's going on. They need to get players in place here. In come the AKs of FNATIC. So far, it is looking pretty good. The coordination is there for the Swedish side. And the Frenchmen are looking to try to get some damage in here. And it's not going too well. Too much positioning from FNATIC and too many players alive.
So we can see that Envy did indeed go for the force by Apex. Ever dangerous with that 5-7, but it might not be enough for the team. He's still alive with that Galil, but they've got a man disadvantage. No kits on the remaining players. NBK's going to upgrade to an M4. They've still got some time on the clock here. Again, they are playing on the new Valve timings that's being imposed on the official majors. So NBK with 2 left to find, and it may be a case of damage here because I don't think he's got enough time. Essentially, double peak coming in there, and FNATIC continue their winning ways. So let's have a look at the CT economy, and we can see it's a bit varied. Happy going to be the odd one out on 5k, and that's going to allow him to buy an M4.
But Kiyoshima also just spent all of his money.
Yeah,
okay, they're forcing it up again.
We don't need to see the scoreboard because all this information is shown right here.
Yeah, this is actually interesting that they're going for another force. I guess, you know, they did make a lot of frags, so they got 3 kills. So kind of understandable, but still, you know, I guess ENVYUS have a bit of a reputation for this. They have the skill to pull this kind of play off, but it's very risky. They never want to let FNATIC feel comfortable, which, you know, again, there is merit in that, but it is very high-risk play. And you can see FNATIC are creeping back through T-spawn now with a couple players. They've got the bomb towards B apartments as well. And NBK is getting close with this 5-7. If NBK is able to get a couple kills out of this, it could be massive, but they've already spotted it. And this should be game over in this round for ENVYUS now.
Well, KennyS is on the site, but his teammates are extremely far away, so he's going to need to get some work done. Otherwise, I think they're going to try and live to fight another day. Down goes KennyS, and that should mark the absolute end of the round. You can see both Envy players just walking around A, because obviously, looking at Flush's position in mid, for example, if Happy was to start running around, Flush would hear him from that position. So, for those of you at home, if you're running in T-spawn and somebody's top mid, then you can hear each other. Just be aware of that. You can see on the minimap how close A slope is to mid. So just always be aware of the sound you're giving away. So, go on.
And one of the big problems here as well is that ENVYUS didn't get any damage from this round, because with these force buys can be okay. They're justified if you have, you know, even if you don't win the round, by doing a lot of damage, because you can always get the eco in and you keep the economy honest of the enemy side. So in doing so, you're able to force an eco out earlier when you finally get that round win and that better buy. But in doing no damage here, that's, you know, $15k made by FNATIC. That means that ENVYUS in this round with no money to keep the economy down for FNATIC, they need to get at least 3 or 4 kills here. And you know, if they're going to lose a round, obviously it'd be great if they could win a round for them, but still, you know, a lot of pressure on them now, because these decisions, these high-risk decisions that they've made, they're now starting to hurt. They're really starting to hurt.
So I'm wondering if they're going to go. They have a few nades. They could have gone for a pop flash onto A slope, but it seems they're going to just stack the site in general. There are a few. There's a sneaky position behind one of the boxes on the site where if a T comes up the slope and they play close to shadow near the bricks, you can basically just pre-fire them straight in the face. Which I wonder if it's like the other side of the firebox is basically to where Happy is currently playing. It's Sneaky little angle there, but it does expose you to connector. You can see they position themselves so they're not exposed to connector, if I'm not mistaken, which should soon be taken by FNATIC.
Yeah, it's a nice approach here, you know, very steady movement through middle to safely take it and assure that they don't lose any players or isolate themselves for the ENVYUS side to be able to abuse. And we get this little cute little stack here with 3 players. Nice little setup from ENVYUS, but FNATIC, you know, if they're able to make their way through connector, and it looks like they're going back through T-spawn with a couple players. So they're going to have a multiple-pronged attack onto the A-bomb site. And the connector players are really heavily important here because they're going to be able to get the angle onto this really nasty setup. The one weakness of that setup is being attacked from connector. That's where it all unravels. And if FNATIC time it right, if they coordinate this well, the connector players get vision of the shadow player quickly, then it should be game over very, very fast for ENVYUS.
That flashbang is going to mark the advance. Great Molotov as well. Apex is going to get 2 frags with a 5-7. Always dangerous with that. Down to a 3 versus 3. Happy still sneaking on the site. Going to get taken down though by Olofmeister. But there's still one player lurking. Soon to be eliminated is Kiyoshima. So it's NVK with a P2000, no armor. Can't expect much from him in this unfortunate situation. Triple peak coming in. And there we go. FNATIC survive with 3 players. They'll be content with that.
Yeah, coordination is the name of the game, and FNATIC did that very well in that round. Understanding exactly what would be the weak spots, and understanding how do we lose this round. You know, what kind of setups could we run into, you know, what kind of setups would ENVYUS run, knowing that they have, you know, that kind of money to buy with, which is just going to result in pistols. So very smart play from FNATIC, very cognizant of what is possible.
Oh, here comes Apex coming through mid with a flashbang from his teammate. 2 flash FNATIC plays. Down goes 1, down goes 2. The nade flying in there from Kiyoshima. But can Apex... Oh, nice. Kenny S is going to cover Apex before Crims can get the punish in. And FNATIC have been torn apart here on the next buy round from Envy.
It's quite cool to see an actual buy round out of Envy, because this is, I think, this is the first proper time we're going to see a buy on them, and it's actually working out quite well. So dismantling FNATIC's aggression through middle with some sneaky little plays, fast little actions, and now FNATIC in this 2 versus 4. It's a very hard spot, of course. They're going to need to collect the bomb onto Flusher, and JW is going to need to get a pick here from Slope. There's no way you can make this happen without one of these 2 players taking a risk, a big risk, and being rewarded by connecting a shot. Now, JW's that man, but as we can see, ENVYUS are not really showing themselves. They're not availing themselves to any of these picking possibilities that JW is searching for. And Kiyoshima, in fact, is just jumping. So he's doing a jump spot, so he's very safe against Palace. He's not peeking in the open. It's very, very smart play here from ENVYUS. JW trying to sneak on all the angles. He has to get something here. He really needs to find one of these players. And there you go. Happy gets caught over by Shadow. And this could be the start of something. But time is of the essence. 30 seconds left in the round.
Sort of flashbang coming towards Kenya's position. The smoke in there as well, but Kiyoshima is still jumping around on the barrel. The plant comes in and he's not going to allow it. 20 seconds left. JW still got work to do, but the trade's going to come in before he can fire his AWP once more. Good damage though done to the C2 economy, bearing in mind that it's ENVYUS just getting back to winning ways there, and you can see that their economy will indeed be strained. Kiyoshima going to have to let go of the helmet just to be able to buy that 1 smoke grenade. So FNATIC are going to be back on the buy as well. You can see the economy is strained for both teams, but if FNATIC win this round, then they may be able to run away with the first half, perhaps. 2 ops coming out for the NV side, Happy picking up the second one.
Yeah, and 2 for FNATIC as well. So you don't often see 4 AWPs in this map, because on the T side, some teams don't even like to run AWPs all that much on the T side. But we are going to see that here, and it's going to be a slower round based on these picks. And Apex, he's very good at playing the slope position, as we can see there close. And that's where JW is. He wants to get a pick out of this, and in comes the pop flash. JW, he's going to actually just whiff off a shot there as he gets blinded. Apex can't capitalize just yet. Oh, JW had an opportunity there to keep himself alive, but Apex will find the kill on him instead, and now it's a 4 versus 4 situation. And BK was lost, and Olofmeister is the one that made that happen, but Happy is going to skin Olofmeister alive with that AWP, and now it's going to be a 4 versus 3. So FNATIC have to go for an A play, and it's going to be hard against what ENVYUS have to show here.
Indeed, this will be reminiscent of Cyberzen's pushes against G2 yesterday, but minus a few players. Apex is going to emerge and see the bomb for his team. Kiyoshima coming in as well, and it's looking very strong for Envy at the moment, but down to 2 versus 1 now, and we know how dangerous Dennis can be. Kenyas missing the shot, missing the nade as well. Still 45 seconds, so Dennis has his options available to him. Got to be careful though, because Happy's watching the cross with the AWP, which he's going to smoke off, but he hasn't done it properly. Now he knows where Happy is because Happy's missed a shot, taking pot shots, and he's going to get it through the smoke before Dennis can get around the corner. So Envy survive, but again, their economy will be strained, but FNATIC are going to have ropey economy as well.
Yeah, and the two AWPs are going to be an interesting thing to deal with. You know, when you see two AWPs when you're on the T side, you'll probably be thinking, okay, it'd be great to, taking map control is always good. It's always nice to obscure what we're doing by taking a bit of map control, applying a little bit of pressure, forcing little rotations. But finishing on a set play into a bomb site, trying to smoke off the AWPers, that can allow you a bomb plant that can make the AWPers move, and then they have to go for a retake, which is never easy for an AWP. So that's usually an option that will be strong for you. But FNATIC in this instance are going to be on an eco. But I would expect in their next buy round, oh, okay, Crims is going to just cap Kenny S in the face with that deagle. That's a nice shot. What else can they get done here? But it's always scary when any of these players on this server has a pistol of any kind, almost.
Yeah, so there are two deagles in play, which may cause more problems for the Envy side. And these are really important frags for FNATIC. You can see Apex only has $700 in the bank here, so if FNATIC can keep that economic pressure by getting one or two more frags in this round, even if they lose it, then it may pay off for them in dividends a bit later on. 1 minute remaining on the clock here. There's still a lurker in mid, which is Crim, so they could be going for a fast split here as the flashbang's coming in. Kishima's getting tagged down quite a lot now. He's not going to be finished off just yet. There he goes. Flash is going to take him down. So there's 3 players left for Envy, and Flash has 10 HP and a P250. Doesn't have the bomb either. Ideally, he wants to find Apex here to get a bit more damage in. He's got 35 seconds to bide his time and a good angle. They're not even sure where he is. Can't get the angle onto NBK, so Envy will survive with 3 players. Quickly going back to the previous round, just wanted to mention some of these struggles that CyberZen had versus G2 on CyberZen CT side. You can see Apex was playing right directly in front of the smoke there, which is what they needed to do. A bit more aggression from them may have put them in. They may have kept them in the tournament, basically.
And they also lost an AWP there. ENVYUS were not able to collect the second AWP from Kenny S's corpse, so that's going to be a little bit annoying, as the double AWP setup is strong. I mean, they have great AWPers on their team. So they have to settle for rifles, and they'll be peeking in there over by Slope, and Apex will win the battle again. Apex is really good in these positions, and once again, he's going to net his team a frag. Now, FNATIC, they don't have many grenades, and they need to take some positioning here. You can see that they're starting to work on middle. They've secured top middle and the underpass area. Kenny S is lurking towards the window. He could get flashed in for a peek from a teammate, and Apex is feeling out the slope area to see if there is going to be an A push, because that's what's quite likely usually in spots like this. But instead, FNATIC are all gathering towards the short area. They might just walk short, actually, in towards the B area. It's hard to say at this point in time, as they don't have a player towards the apartments on either A or B. This is going to be very tough for FNATIC.
Dennis has a smoke, so they can close off the peak from A, which would help them if they're going to go for the B push, and it seems they've done exactly that with a smoke on the balcony. But Happy's on the site with an AWP. He's got a great angle to get another shot, and indeed he would get it through the corner of the wall, leaving only Crims, and he's going to get taken down by NBK coming in to save his teammate there. So a nice hold by Envy. I was going to say, Flusher was in the apps and almost met Happy there, and he was carrying the bomb as well, so that could have shut down the round pretty quickly. And
I mean, a big problem there again, you don't tend to see this too often from teams of of this top level, but one of the most important things always on any attack, in almost anything in war, is splitting the defense. And you can see there it was just 1 point of attack, and that's going to be always going to be very problematic, very risky. So not having anyone in apps there seems a little bit suspect from FNATIC. And you see something better from them in the future rounds, as they're back on the pistols once again. Pistol armor, and Happy is ready and waiting. This could be absolute carnage now as he waits with a very high-powered rifle. The AWP is in hand. There's the first kill. How many more is he going to pick up here? Will they challenge? Will they actually just go back at this point?
I'm just waiting for him to kill 2 people at the same time.
Yeah.
They're going to have to rush. Let's see. Misses the first shot, but he's going to go back to the wall. It's Happy. He loves it. He's going to miss the shot again, but he can still retreat. Got good positioning there. Not going to get the frag, though. Flash is going to get the kill and plant the bomb for his team. So that's got some important bonus money for FNATIC. With 2 rounds behind at the moment. NBK and co streaming in with the kills, leaving Dennis alone. But again, there's only 2 left, and Dennis is a very apt AWPer. Extremely aggressive as well, so he could even take this for his team. Down to 1 versus 1 now. Needs to hit the shot, and he's not going to do it. Apex going to finish him off there. 1 person surviving for Envy. Just when their economy was starting to head in the right direction, they're going to have a big rebuy coming in. Again, we'll have to bear that in mind, because if FNATIC can finally break them, in
That
the
was
future,
awful.
then things could change. But they're running out of rounds to do it.
That was really awful from ENVYUS in that situation. I mean, it's Happy whiffing those 2 shots. He waited for the flash from his teammate, and that was great. But with 3 players on the screen, you expect Happy to hit one of those shots there. So a little bit of just fluffing the execution there. Not something you would expect, and it's definitely hurt them, and they've got to hurt their own timings now as well onto these pushes. So that's kind of annoying as well.
Yeah, they basically can't peek after Happy's like, oh, whoops, I've got the wrong way, lads. They can't peek mid now, so they're going to be lacking the information. FNATIC take mid for free. 3 people over towards B for the Envy side, including Happy on shorts. So Connector's a bit vulnerable at the moment unless Happy retains an aggressive position. But you can see there's a bit of movement from him. Envy seem to have decided to very aggressively take the B halls area, but they're going to back off now.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting round. I mean, ENVYUS, they need to... I mean, they could have a strong half still if they win this one, but FNATIC could be right back in it, and ENVYUS is starting to show a little bit of weakness here and there. It's a nice little frag by Kiyoshima. You can see FNATIC not quite sure where to look there, moving through Connector with 2 players.
Things have got awkward for them now because they had the bomb. Olofmeister had the bomb on Delpan, but you can see with Happy on shorts, they can't really safely rotate the bomb into Connector now that they've lost a player there.
It's okay, I think, though, because having at least 1 player in Connector, at least 1 guy in Connector, you can always make a round out of this. And they decided to say, okay, as you say, it looked a little bit chaotic, but at least having Crims in that Connector, they can build a triple-pronged attack into the A-bomb site. That's what's going to happen right now. We've got Apex and Kiyoshima in very good positions to deal with it, though, and fast support, if necessary, from Kenny S with the AWP. So
another problem, they have Crims is the only man with a flashbang here, and he's in Connector, so they can't really do anything. They just have to go for the duels, which may favour the CTs, considering their positions on the site. And indeed, Apex taking down Olofmeister. There goes the bomb. JW's to fall as well, and FNATIC won't get a single frag in that round. So there was a few problems for them. They didn't have a smoke to smoke off short for the bomb to come into Connector, so the bomb has to rotate all the way around T-spawn. Then Crims is the only man with a flashbang, but he's in Connector, so he basically can't throw it because then Happy's going to kill him from short. Yeah. So the utility was all in the wrong places there for FNATIC.
And one of those, again, going back to that concept of splitting the defense, that's one of the reasons, of course, triple-pronged attack is going to be great. And you can see we're giving Kenny S a little bit of a massage there, a little bit of reinforcements. And but yeah, so having no grenades, as you mentioned, that makes it really hard to coordinate. So that you can get people in the right positions. Because like you said, you want Crims to be able to actually move out there. And with no flashes to distract the players on the site, Crims is kind of... I mean, he's probably just going to die there. So it's very hard to know where to look. And if he's not able to do much in that position, then his teammates are going to all get gunned down by the little setup by the guy on sandwich.
Yeah, they had no flashes, no smokes. So it was very hard for them to isolate the CT players, which is what you want to do as the Ts, obviously. So just went for the straight peaks there. Very hard to trade coming in from those angles as well. So there we go. We'll see what the FNATIC economy is looking like once we get back into the game. I think maybe an unpause is coming in.
Where's JW's massage? That's what I want to know. Why does Kenny S get one, but JW doesn't get one?
If you want to pop over there, be my guest. I can hold it down here.
It's cool though. I mean, actually, what you're seeing here is also the classic kind of Swedish, just very stone cold kind of attitude, and so it's quite cool to see a bit of warmth there on the French side of things as well. Having Maniac there behind them, that new presence is really nice to see. Maniac's a guy they're going to have a tons of respect for as well, of course. But okay, back into the match. FNATIC do have a buy, bit more in the way of grenades this time, but an ump on JW. This is not a good look against the double AWP. They are definitely going to need to make great use of these smoke grenades to cut off the angles from those sniper rifles.
Good thing is that JW's got the one playing Palace, so he's playing as close as possible with the gun, which is going to need to be as close as possible. Obviously, he'll have a bit of moving accuracy, which will help. Nieto is on the hunt at the moment, but he has been exposed. No one's covering his back from mid. He's going to get taken down. Trey's coming in as well. 3 versus 3. The frags are moving in pretty quickly. JW picks up an M4 now. Happy coming in with the second AWP. Both AWPs going to miss though. Olofmeister not hitting the shot either. Bomb gets planted, and we'll see what FNATIC can do here. Kind of position they can get into. Spotted one of the plays. They know where both CTs are now. Again, the shot's being missed, and the numbers will be evened up. JW going to put the advantage back in FNATIC's way now. NBK is going to spot him. Doesn't know where Crims is, though. Crims not going for the trade just yet. NBK, you can see he's looking for the trade fragger, but Crims not going to reveal himself. JW baiting NBK out, and now the trade comes in. Good play by Crims, and FNATIC finally win another round.
Yeah, that was a very awkward series of engagements from both sides. Definitely, maybe some warming up to do. Maybe the massage was definitely quite needed for multiple players, in fact. As we have the 8-5 scoreline now, ENVYUS have the potential to really crush FNATIC in this half. Now, we'll have to see if they're able to do so. We've got a better buy out of FNATIC this time around. And we'll get some aggression from ENVYUS in middle. Olofmeister is not expecting it. Gets flashed now. He's caught in the open. That's the frag there for Apex. And that is Yorp down for Olofmeister. And that's a really big deal because now we've only got 2 points of attack here from the FNATIC side onto the A-bomb side as the CTs of ENVYUS rush into position. Happy's there with the first frag. Gets a second one as well on the bomb side. This is a great defense so far. He's going to be poking up. Jump shot with that. USP is going to do the damage. JW hits the ground. And now it's just onto Flusher. And this is a pretty impossible position from the Tetris area that he's in at the moment. He's looking for an engagement, but again, smart play from ENVYUS, not going to try and expose themselves with a wide peak. Flusher will give himself some cover with that smoke, but it's looking rather impossible at this point. And there we go, finished off by Kiyoshima, and the 9-5 is there for ENVYUS.
Great play by Happy in the ninja position. That's the position I was referring to a bit earlier on. The first time the T's can see you there is when they get to the sandwich position, but it's almost never the first position you check as a T. Once you get to sandwich, you're generally looking over towards CT or Shadow. So definitely a massive thorn in the side is Happy as per usual. FNATIC seem to be concentrated in this last round over towards the A side at present. Only pistols on the force buy here with Olofmeister presumably in the underpass area. Well, I'm not sure if he's peeking towards B, but we will find out soon enough. So the 8-7 was possible, but it's looking like a 9-6 or a 10-5 at the moment.
Yeah, and you can see Apex was really high on the frags there, 17 for his team. He's leading the scoreboard. He's been playing this A side so much and doing it so effectively. It goes to push now from FNATIC and straight into the rifle crossfires of ENVYUS. They are loving it at the moment. Kiyoshima jumping across with the savage rage there, and he's not going to find all that much, it would seem. So this half is it's been played out quite well, despite seeing that very sketchy round that we saw from Happy whiffing those shots on B apartments when it's just 4 players with pistols and they, FNATIC win that round. That looked really crazy. I was a bit worried for ENVYUS in that spot, but they stabilized almost immediately.
So the second map will be Train, and the decider, should it be required, will be Inferno between these two teams. So that was a very good half by Envy. I love the aggression we saw there, especially the 2-man push in B apps as well. Kind of Inferno-esque aggression where they were just trying to cut off swathes of the map. Good aggression in mid as well, good aggression in A. It was like when Virtus Pro are playing Mirage at their best and you don't know what to expect from them. You get this kind of aggression. So it's great to see there from Envy. Good coordination, team play, flashbangs, pop flashes, etc. It was really, really nice. Showing us the inside of his eye. Thank you very much for that. Too early to see.
That's going for anime that right there.
Yeah.
That's something they do in anime. They like stick out their tongues and they like stretch their eyes.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. I guess it's like, I don't know.
They just do it.
They just do that. It's
fair enough.
Anime things.
Alrighty then.
I don't have to explain anything in anime, I don't think.
Well, it's good to see Envy on point there. Again, the coordination on that CT side was very good, and the aggression was exquisite. But now it's time for FNATIC to play on the CT side, and they're going to need aggression to get back into this match because they are at quite the deficit at present. Yeah,
I want to see Olofmeister being a little bit stronger in his game because we saw a lot of weakness from him there. That's not necessarily characteristic. A lot of missed shots, a lot of unexpected aggressions catching him off guard. That's not the Olofmeister we know, but we'll be seeing ENVYUS now with Apex in middle, looking for the first contact. He's going to find it, and FNATIC are spotting the play as they see all of ENVYUS, all these Frenchmen rushing through connector onto the A-bomb site. Dennis spinning around wildly, able to take down 2 players. So he's done a great job for FNATIC so far. They have a good advantage into this one. Just 1 player left, it's Apex, and he's been doing a great amount of damage so far. Switches up for the USP, but he is going to be shut down, FNATIC, with the pistol round, and that's going to be a huge sigh of relief from them now as they get to start with some comfort into the second half, and they'll get to start also with a lot of rounds to play with.
I love the carnage from Envy, where they just try to overwhelm and cause so much bedlam that I mean, imagine trying to communicate on the CT side while they're all just jumping all over the place, jumping through connector. That cannot be easy. FNATIC, though, did a good job. JW on the scout, the rest of them going to be on the SMGs and the M4s, the FAMAS. Dennis with the P90. I'm looking for disgusting things to happen with that, but he is out of position over towards B. And you can see Envy concentrated towards A. 3 players coming out of Palace. They've got 3 flashbangs coming out after this smoke grenade, so we'll see if they can get a close quarters engagement. Sorry, Dennis is on the A side, and there we go, in the right place. JW coming in to take down Happy as well, and Dennis just biding his time with the P90, getting taken down though. Apex remains versus 4. He'll be finished off. Will the P90 be collected and swapped for the scout? Indeed, it will.
Delicious stuff for the P90 there. Love it. And now we will see, hopefully, the P90 kept in use. And ENVYUS need to go for a bit of a save. We see a few pistols from them, but there's not much of an expectation. You can see that there are no grenades either. So the fact that there's no grenades really makes the possibility for a plant very unlikely. But what they're going to try to do to mitigate that fact is by faking into the B-bomb site. But I would never expect FNATIC to be fooled by this. Nice double on the grenade. And now it's going to be the play in with the bomb, but it's going to be spotted. So FNATIC all over this. Fakes like that almost never work, actually, especially on this level. Because teams, usually if they don't see the bomb, they're not going to rotate.
It tilts me when
yeah.
We
saw that yesterday, right? Who did we see do that? Was it G2? I think?
Yeah.
On Cash, yeah. They rotated everyone to A on Cash when they hadn't seen the bomb, and then there was a plant.
It was a 5 versus 2.
Yeah.
It was a 5 versus 2, Dan.
Yeah, not even 4 players killed or something on the A side. Yeah. Anyway, back into this.
Right, so FNATIC starting with 3 players deep in the A site, and they've abandoned mid for the time being, perhaps expecting another fast play from Envy. We've got Olofmeister having a look in mid, so not clear as to what might be going on here for the CT side. And with a lurker towards A and a lurker towards a B, sorry, Envy's intentions are not too clear. They've got a lot of smokes, so they've denied vision of the mid area, but they can put a smoke deep into connector and choose to push A for the split. But they've taken away their apps lurker, so it seems the concentration is going to be towards A as they move into connector.
Look at this now. All these players from ENVYUS in middle 4, in fact, one's been in boosted, or actually he's made his way into the window room, and this is something FNATIC will understand. They'll know that these positions have been given up.
Look at Olofmeister's position looking through CPO. It seems that FNATIC might be expecting this.
And the push is finally coming in now. A lot of them lining up for Crims, but he only gets 1. This is looking very, very awkward, but it's JW that's able to make the damage happen. And on top of that, a team kill from Kenny S onto Kiyoshima is going to enable a 1 versus 1 situation. So bit crazy at the moment, and we can see that MBK is going to try to make his way in onto the bomb position, and JW's gone for the immediate push round to apartments. Smart decision. Will MBK be wise to this? And JW's going to give his position away. Or did he? He had the silencer on. I didn't know that MBK realized where he was shot from immediately, but now he's aware of what's happening. And he needs to see the bomb picked up by MBK soon right now. JW's going to look to play the clock as MBK tries to throw in a flash, and he hasn't got time to go to the other side. This is so difficult. There's nowhere that's really safe for him to go for the plant. He hasn't got time to really fake it. JW knows he's in a winning position at this point of time because the bomb has to go down right now. He can make the move as the bomb gets planted. MBK is now going to have to peek out, and JW's playing this really safe at the moment, not diving in straight on top of his opponent, and that's going to cost him. MBK gets the kill in the end. And you can see that JW there, he didn't go in when the bomb was being planted with 5 seconds left. That means that he thinks MBK might commit completely to getting the kill to win the round and not the bomb plant.
Yeah, that round was so awesome to watch. You can see on the radar here, NBK is in CPL. Olofmeister is waiting for someone to cross CPL, seemingly having a read that there's a boost coming in. But NBK didn't cross because, the mind games are insane between these two teams.
Madness.
Went all the way down to the wire there with the mind games at the very end. So this is very, very good to watch. 3 rounds between these two teams at the moment. Both teams on the bye. Mixed bag of weaponry for the NV side as they push towards the A site once again. Dennis moving around the smokes now, trying to get in a position where he's not going to get traded by his team, by the NV side. Crims has gone down already though. There goes Olofmeister as well. Not looking good. Through the smoke, Dennis will fall. 2 players left for FNATIC. JW's only on 12 HP, so NV looking to break the CT economy now.
Yeah, this is a brilliant round from ENVYUS. Bomb goes down, looking for the retake of FNATIC, but losing JW will signify the end of that effort. And for me, we saw Dennis had perfect pop flashes onto the slope position, but the setup from ENVYUS on their set play was to completely cut the bomb site in half, which meant that Dennis, with that perfect series of flashes, couldn't go through the smoke. He couldn't get anything out of it. And then because of the elevated position of the T's, thanks to those smokes and the position that they gained because of the smokes for free, well, for the cost of the smokes, they were able to get that angle onto Dennis and get a free kill onto him. Dennis needed to get a couple kills there. He was set up for it, but the set play denied him. Great round from ENVYUS. FNATIC could be in a lot of trouble from this point forwards. ENVYUS, I would say, are definitely looking a bit stronger than FNATIC were on their T side.
Apex is going nuclear right now, heading towards a 30 bomb at the moment. Doing quite well. So this is a great opportunity for Envy to try and close in on that magical 16th round. FNATIC are going to be in a bit of a tight spot. You can see we've got Flusher on the AWP and Kevlar, while the rest of the team don't have much going on. I'm not sure if Flusher was playing a spawn timing or if he just had more money than the rest. See, there's 3 CTs on the A site once again. So they seem to be reading that Envy favor the A side and trying to bolster their defenses. But Envy looking pretty sharp at the moment. So Envy know where the AWP is for the time being. Obviously, it's in a position that can rotate towards mid as well. And Envy just looking to arrest people with these AKs. That is a nasty nade. Olofmeister with just a USP and 7 HP. Can't be doing much. Kishima holding the angle while NBK comes in from the back. The wheelie all the way below. I like how coordinated Envy looking right now. The Molotov as well, and the spray. No messing around here from ENVYUS.
Yeah, and the AWP from FNATIC is over towards the B bomb site. And if bomb site A is taken by ENVYUS, there should be no way that this can happen. But these pistols are actually starting to do some damage here. JW and Crim's picking up some kills. So now Flusher, all he needs to do is get one. And this is very, very on. And there's one smoke active for ENVYUS by Connector, and that's going to dissipate very, very quickly. I think it might have already gone. So if Flusher's able to get a kill, they can think about trying to do some more damage here. But the bomb will be planted, and they really want to hold on to the AWP. But this will push ENVYUS onto 13 rounds. And so they're going to be very close to winning the first map as well. And FNATIC, you know, they were a team that historically were one of the most comfortable, one of the best, most efficient teams on this map. And it was due to their savage CT sites and the ability for Crims to really lock down, you know, the area like Connector, which is one of the hardest positions to play for the CT side, you know, across all the maps.
Yeah, I think Envy, though, are just playing awesome at the moment. They are playing really, really well. Well, FNATIC are going to save themselves 2 guns in this round, and that's going to be really important because if they do go for the buy here, then their nades are going to be limited across the team. So those guns are definitely going to help with that. Indeed, they're going to get all the nades out, so that's going to be great for them. And 3 defuse kits, so we'll see if they can get back into this match. They're running out of opportunities to do so on the first map of this best of 3. You can see the bomb moving towards the A site for Envy as they take their initial position, take their initial map control, make sure there are no shenanigans coming in from FNATIC. Again, FNATIC haven't really had the opportunity to be as aggressive as Envy have because they haven't had their economy in the right place.
Absolutely. It's been a little bit awkward. And will we get the jump spot? Kenius is looking for it. Look how safe that is from Flusher. Had he gone for the jump spot there, Kenius is very likely getting the kill. And if Kenius gets a kill there, that changes the round completely.
Well, Kenny's been wrecked though, down to 5 HP, and Kiyoshima's down to 45. I think some chunky nades would come in towards that B area. So if they start to bomb out and don't flash these players, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble because those spray downs might be lethal, although that's going to make a great difference. NBK coming in with 2 headshots, opening up the B bomb site for his team, making it look easy. There's one more to find here.
That was stunning stuff there from NBK. I can't believe it. Look at this guy go. He gets, oh my god. We're getting amazing fragging here from ENVYUS, just bursting out of the apartments, looking like complete monsters in this point. And now it's just Crim's left alive. What do you do against that, James? What on earth are you doing? NBK just walks out and completely destroys FNATIC on the defense. Pure individual skill.
It's something that Thorin mentions quite a lot, is that don't sleep on NBK. Like he plays a lot of the solo positions on the CT side, but he is one of the stars. But he just doesn't have a star role in the side. But I mean, that's an example of what he can do. Whenever he needs to turn it on, the hounds of justice are released.
Yes, it's always been one of the dangers of these teams. You know, right now we're seeing, you know, NBK and Apex really delivering, and it can, and every single player on that team can explode like that. That's the craziness of a lineup like ENVYUS.
And talk about stepping up when you need to. Look at the health of Kiyoshima and Kenny S here. So NBK is like, no worries, guys, I've got this. Let me just go in and kill everyone. Then you can prance in undetected.
The best thing there as well is from like a technical perspective or a mechanics perspective. NBK knows that he only saw a pixel, but he knows he has to shoot first, so he gets to spray in. So he's basically controlling his recoil on that second frag to try to basically just clip the helmet, more or less.
Concentrate the bullets.
Which means, you know, you've got to have perfect recoil control to do that and the confidence to do it. He's not trying to wait for a tap or something. And that's a perfect way to play that position from MBK. So, and it's a split-second decision that he makes there. So, you know, ENVYUS looking really on point so far. FNATIC a little bit slow out the gate, but will they catch up?
I think on average he deathmatches at least 500 frags a day. 500 frags a day.
Well,
on deathmatch.
Well, that probably takes him about 5 minutes, James.
Yeah. So I on free-for-all deathmatch in 20 minutes, I probably average about 110 frags. So 500 frags a day, and you can see the fruits of his labor there with all the headshots. Double scout coming in for FNATIC now with a Mag 7 and an AWP. Desperate times on the first map of this best of 3. That's a good start though. JW taking down Kenny S, and Dennis is in there if he needs to be required, but Happy holding a passive angle at the moment. Actually, it seems this is interesting. If you look at Olofmeister's position, top mid, he might hear Envy running around. Indeed, he should. He's holding the right angle, but he's not going to get the frag. Apex is somehow going to shoot him in the face, and now we've got some aggression from FNATIC finally, but Envy are at 14 rounds, and it's not paying off.
That's a really huge problem because Olofmeister could have got the kill, he had a one-on-one, and then he could have fallen back to a tighter angle where he can see them moving through apartments. And now instead we have the situation for FNATIC are quickly losing grip of a situation where they already had a worse arsenal, but they had a better positioning and they had a frag to save for themselves. So now look at what's happened. ENVYUS have the entire map essentially, and of course the biggest issue is JW with this AWP. He's got not much in the way of health. Kyoshimo's going to spot him, so now he can use that smoke as well to cover his approach. And the nade goes in, but it's going to be whiffed there. So FNATIC in very dire straits in this round. It looks so good for them. But once again, Olofmeister not really on point.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a crucial moment for them, but it fell apart, and you don't fancy their chances now. Crim's the last man standing with a scout. The spray's coming in. The whole team's going to be concentrating on his position. All the nades coming in as well. So Envy are going to move to game point in this best of 3. Again, the next map is going to be Train, and there goes Crim. So FNATIC are on the brink of losing map 1 to an ENVYUS side who are looking extremely strong on Mirage. Yeah,
absolutely. It's been a great Mirage game. They've had a few moments where that have been irksome for them, but generally speaking, it's FNATIC making more mistakes than they are. And I think the momentum individually is really with ENVYUS at the moment. That's a scary notion as Apex picks up the kill onto JW middle. So the last desperation play from FNATIC to try to scrape their way back into this one is going to be met with a disadvantage immediately, as now the middle area is ENVYUS's. And so from this position, with a guy towards B-Apps, a guy towards A slope, they can go either which way as long as they get a bit more forward in middle. They can make the call based on whether they get a pick or not. And Happy's going to be the guy looking for the pick. He's going to get it onto Crims. That should be the A play now. He's going to get another engagement and another frag. Can ENVYUS do any wrong?
Yeah, they are winning all the duels here, and this game is pretty much over. And there it is, 16-8, a solid performance from Envy. That's one of the best matches I have seen them play, best games I've seen them play recently. Just so sharp on both halves. The aggression on the CT side was fantastic. We saw no such aggression from